gorgeous. It's like exactly what you'd imagine.
We're about to go on a 2-week journey around Japan. It's my second time in the country, but it's Jaime's first, so our itinerary will include some of the classic must-see sights.
Ow! You just bit me!
We'll also be leaving the cities behind, traveling to smaller villages in the countryside and staying at some gorgeous ryokans.
This is just what it, just
yeah,
what I wanted.
Exactly. This is
We're also going to be hiking some of the Nakasendo Trail.
It's like we're walking
Giant Zen
in a
garden.
giant Zen garden.
And of course, no trip would be complete without indulging in Japan's delicious food.
That was phenomenal.
And given Japan's incredible transport network, we're hoping to be able to see as much of Japan as possible in these 2 weeks. This series is sponsored by Wise, the international account for sending, spending and converting money like a local. So when we started planning out the itinerary for this trip, Jaime made a list of the things that she wanted to experience in Japan, and then I made some suggestions of things I thought she should see on her first trip there, and then I threw in a few things that I wanted to experience on my second trip there.
Very nice that you finally be here.
So we merged all of these ideas together, and even though I'm going back to some of the places I went to on my last trip, the majority of the activities we're doing aren't repeats from my last trip, which means most of the things we'll be experiencing will be brand new for both of us.
But we did get to see them running across the balcony, which was huge. The flames were way bigger than I thought they were going to be.
In terms of accommodation, we both wanted at least one really good night in an amazing ryokan. We're also staying in a Buddhist temple one night and a couple of other nice places, but in order to afford those nice places, the rest of the time we're just staying in private rooms at hostels and things like that.
This is our little room for the next 2 nights.
We're going to be traveling around on both trains and buses, and then in the second half of the trip we're going to hire out a car for 3 days to travel around the Wakayama prefecture, because the transport links there aren't as good and we can reach those harder to get to places.
First time driving in Japan, so I'm gonna now stop talking to camera and focus on the road.
And the last thing to know is we're going to be traveling in the first 2 weeks of March, and the cherry blossom season doesn't start till the end of March, so we'll be missing that along with the high prices and big crowds that go with it. But you never know, we might get lucky with some early blooms here and there.
Well, that was easy.
But just before we get started, I want to talk to you about this series sponsor, and this one's an easy sell because it's a product I've actually been using for a long time, which is Wise, the smartest account for your money at home and abroad. So if you follow my channel, you'll know that I emigrated from the UK to Canada a couple of years ago, and one of the things I of course needed to do was move my money from my UK bank account to my Canadian bank account. And I was chatting to a friend of mine who's from the US but lives in the UK, and she said, oh, just use Wise for that because it's super quick and simple and their fees are way less than other services or going through your local bank. If only she had an affiliate link, she could have made some money off me, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, getting set up was so simple. I signed up for free, synced my Wise account with my UK bank account, and then when sending money to my Canadian account, I can type in either how much I want to send or how much I want to receive, which means I can see the conversion rates that I'll get straight away. Then once I'd hit send, I can track the transfer, and the money was in my Canadian account within a few hours. It was super easy, and since then I've been using Wise when I'm traveling for loads of different things, like paying for things at an Airbnb like activities, or transferring money between travel friends who are from different countries, so I'm recommending it all the time. So you can use the link right here that's also in the description, and by the way, my middle name's Steven and they auto-generate the affiliate link and use your middle name, so that's why that's there. But if you use that link, you can sign up to Wise and get your first Wise transfer fee-free for up to £500. And now, back to our main feature for the first of our 2 episodes of our 2 weeks in Japan. In this first half of the trip, we'll be starting in Tokyo and finishing in Kyoto, but we'll also be checking out the historic town of Takayama and Shirakawa-go village, as well as doing a section of the Nakasendo Trail. So, after flying all the way over from Canada, we touched down in Tokyo, and the train from Narita Airport takes just over an hour to get into the city, and we're staying in Shinjuku at a place called Hotel Sen. So we touched down in Tokyo last night. Didn't film any of the arrival because after like 30 hours of being awake, our brains were just absolutely fried. Like,
Lots of good plans, very little execution.
yeah, we tried to get some food and my brain was so fried that I kept saying gracias instead of arigato. Like, that genuinely happened 3 times.
Several
3 times. We've only got 1 day in Tokyo, which you might be like, oh, how can you see Tokyo in 1 day? You can't, but we're just gonna see what we can in 1 day because we wanted to prioritize our 2 weeks in other destinations in Japan. So first up today, we're going to head over to Tsukiji Fish Market, which takes about half an hour to get to from Shinjuku. Just gone 8 o'clock, so we're here before it's supposed to get really busy. So hopefully it shouldn't be too chaotic. This place has changed over the years. The actual fish market got moved. It's basically now just the outer market selling the food.
I really want some really good tuna.
Yeah, tuna for breakfast.
Tuna for breakfast, tuna for lunch, tuna for dinner, tuna for midnight snack.
Are you ready? Go for it.
So there's 3 different types of tuna here.
Yep.
A lean one, a medium one, and a fatty one. The fatty one is the most expensive. It's otoro. I actually think I'm a fan of the medium more than anything else. The very fatty one is very oily.
Right, okay.
You can really feel it.
Yeah.
I think the most impressive thing is I didn't drop any of them.
You did not. You win.
We are going to go to Kobe later in the trip, but showing a picture of Kobe beef and a nice cold beer is the way to my heart. Speaking of way to your heart, soup dumplings.
Dumplings. This is shrimp xiaolongbao, which is not Japanese, but
Why not?
but I love them, and so therefore I will get them.
Oh, that's so good. Little dessert for our breakfast, little crawl.
Yes. You kind of just have to go for it. Made even more complicated by the fact that we're sharing, but
Yeah.
that's really tasty all together.
Good. Next up, we jumped back on the metro to make our way over to Shibuya. So we've come to Shibuya now, and we're going to head up to Shibuya Sky for a great view of the whole city.
Oh, there's Mount Fuji, look.
That's so great. Wow.
Mount Fuji, day 1. Boom.
Well, that takes the pressure off, doesn't it?
This is really cool though, it's not just like a viewpoint, so moving around. I like that you're outside as well,
Yeah.
rather than just being inside looking through a window. The city of Tokyo is about 2.2 thousand square kilometers in size, with a population of around 14 million, whilst the Greater Tokyo area is over 13,000 square kilometers, with over 37 million residents, making it the largest urban region on the planet.
I was so worried that we wouldn't get to see Mount Fuji because it's always like, oh, is it gonna rain? But now, like, done. If we see it again, amazing. If we don't, we did it.
So the last time I was in Tokyo, I went up the Metropolitan Building by Shinjuku, which is free to go up. So I was like, oh, what will this be like, having to pay? But actually, I'd say it's worth it. It's a really cool setup.
I'm still such a rule follower. Like, I still only want to cross at the crossing line. Where to cross. The idea for today was basically like, let's do like just a food and booze restaurant crawl. We're wandering down the street, we see some tents. We're like, oh cool, what's that? It's a wine tasting festival.
There's wines from 25 different wineries all around Japan. There's like 100 different wines here to taste.
This is the closest thing I've ever experienced to Destiny, I think. So let's do it.
So we're just enjoying our drink, and then this lady started chatting to us, and she owns a wine shop in Tokyo. So we asked her, which one would you recommend? And she took us this wine, and it was the best one, so fair play.
It was absolutely the best one. Shout out to Asuko at
Wine Market Party.
Wine Market Party.
There you go. We had to wander around for a bit more and then made our way back to Shinjuku to fill up on some ramen.
So good.
And then we had a little rest before heading out for the evening. Well, it is about 6:30 in the evening, but it's about 3 o'clock in the morning in Winnipeg, so jet lag's taking its toll. We first went to check out Omoide Yokocho, which translates to Memory Lane and is an old drinking alleyway tucked away near Shinjuku Station. When I came here 8 years ago, it was dead, but I think we came too early in the day, and now it's rammed. Mostly tourists, but it's so cool. I love these tiny little izakayas we have to squeeze in. Arigato. Alright, izakaya number 2. They have a variety of dishes. You get different bits of pork, including the pork vagina. So yeah.
Where's the dick? Where's the equality, people?
I just want the internet to know that I did try to order the pork vagina, but it was sold out.
You did.
They've sold too many vaginas in this izakaya today, so I'm sorry, I tried.
And I'm disappointed I can't make that you have vagina at home joke for the rest of your lives.
After we ate some regular bits of pork, we then made our way over to the very popular area of Golden Gai. So last night in Golden Gai we had a lovely but quite subdued time there just because jet lag was kicking in. And it's funny, last time I travelled to Japan, I travelled east to get here, so during the day I was very tired. At night time, I just started waking up. Plus this time we travelled west to get here, so we were very awake during the day, but at night time it's just... So by the time I got to Golden Gai, I was just like deliriously tired, so I wasn't in the mood for filming much or anything. But we still had a lovely time. But yeah, that's the end of our short but sweet time in Tokyo, because we're now heading on to Takayama. Got the one night there, and it's going to be Jaime's first experience travelling on a bullet train today.
Having some breakfast.
We hadn't booked tickets in advance, and we haven't got a JR pass for this trip because it didn't work out value-wise for what we're doing. But getting the tickets here was very easy. Like the guy at the ticket office spoke perfect English, all sorted, so smooth sailing so far. We boarded the Shinkansen for the first leg of our journey and settled into our lovely spacious seats. We're heading to the historic city of Takayama, where we're going to be spending one night, and so it's 2 hours on the Shinkansen to Nagoya, and then another 2 hours on the Hida line up to Takayama.
The train from Tokyo to Nagoya was full of Japanese business people. The train up to Takayama is full of Westerners. It's like there's a tour group up there and stuff.
We made it to Takayama, and we're actually going to explore the town tomorrow, because tonight we're staying at a beautiful ryokan in the countryside just outside the city. We're going to get picked up from the station in about half an hour, but for now I'm flagging so much, so I've got some energy in to try and perk me up from good old Family Mart. Introducing Jaime to the wonders of Family Mart chicken when you just need a quick snack.
It's very hot.
That's not good, isn't it?
195 yen?
195 yen.
It's like $1.50
Yeah, it's great.
Canadian?
Lovely shuttle service. So we're just on our way. It's about a 20-minute drive to our ryokan, Wanosato, which is a 160-year-old building tucked away in the woods next to the river. Wow. Oh, right by the river. Oh, this looks amazing. This just looks so zen already.
Yeah.
Konnichiwa. This just looks amazing.
After we'd had our welcome tea, we were shown to our room for the night.
Oh wow.
So beautiful, wow.
Living room. Oh, I love this. Oh wow. I don't ever want to leave.
The record state that Jaime found this place. This is like our treat for the trip, like one of the treats.
Yes, this place is not budget by any means, but it's traditional, it's in the mountains, it's conveniently located for what we want to do afterwards, and it's going to be really special.
Now changed into our robes. I don't know how well we've put them on, but this is just what we wanted.
Exactly. This
Like,
is
Little toe socks.
Like an alien.
After we'd settled into our room, we went to check out the onsen. Basically with the onsen, it's like a public onsen for other guests at certain times, but then in the evening you can book a slot. So we've booked a slot for the evening, but for now we're going to go use it before anyone else gets here. This is absolutely perfect. Right, I'm gonna strip off and wash up and then get in. I'll film this very carefully. And I find with an onsen compared to like a hot tub, the water just feels so soft on the skin. I guess that's all the minerals. Anyway, we'll turn this off now and enjoy. After enjoying the onsen, we made our way down to the main area where they had some free hot sake. This is the kind of place you dream of staying in when you come to Japan. In fact, if you've never been to Japan, you might think that every place is like this. This is so special. It's so peaceful, and I keep using the word zen, and the word zen gets overused, but this is zen. So the meal tonight is a 10-course meal. 10. And they have a seasonal menu for each month. Presentation was phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
And it was nice because like lots of things that I wouldn't necessarily order, but it's nice just trying out different things, and some are preferred to others.
Grinding the wasabi. Oh, yeah.
And then just when they brought the beef out with the little hot plate, I was like, you got me. You know the way to my heart with food, so.
This is Hida beef, which is like basically the same as Wagyu. Like, don't quote me, internet, but like the point being very, very high quality cut of beef. Zoom in on that marble because it's steak nerds are gonna be like, what? Because it's absolutely crazy.
So you're supposed to do 20 seconds one side and 10 seconds the other.
You're gonna like this.
Oh, wow. It's so soft. It's not like chewy or anything. You know, think about that. The beef we got at the izakaya last night, and it was just like, it was so chewy. We just sit there for hours, and this was just like gulp. Delicious. Love it. Yeah, it's lovely, lovely, relaxing dining experience. It was really good. And now, yes, our room, they sorted the beds for us whilst we're having our meal. And we just get to relax in for the evening. So, this is a very relaxed evening. good morning. Oh boy, look at my bed hair. What a beautiful place to wake up to. Checkout's not till 11, so we're going to leave at 11:01 to get as much out of this place as possible. We've got quite an easy day today, so we don't have to rush off. So we're going to have a bit more onsen time, have a lovely breakfast, and then go explore the town. But yeah, can get very used to waking up to this view.
I am making matcha. They have instructions here to how to make matcha for yourself, which I've seen online. It's very popular right now. I've never tried it. We shall see. It feels very ritualized,
Right.
which I think is really lovely. It's more so about the process. Oh yeah, really nice. You want to try?
Yeah. Yeah, it is like a mild tea, but like in a good way. As I'm not a tea drinker. Yeah, it's nice. I think you did it perfectly, because I've never had one before. We then went down to breakfast, where we were given enough food to feed a family of 7.
Just a small breakfast.
A small breakfast just a simple breakfast for 2. Wow.
I don't even know. I've got decision paralysis.
Well, it's time for us to leave. Really enjoyed our stay here, which goes without saying, really, but it's nice after sort of the very long journey here and the jet lag and going headfirst into Tokyo and then the travel day, just feeling just exhausted. So just to be able to, at the start of the trip, just slow down for a minute, catch our breath, relax, and now it's like, all right, let's go see some more of Japan. Feeling good?
I agree.
Slight change in outfit. Once we checked out at 11:01, we took the shuttle back into Takayama, and we're going to explore the town for a few hours before we get the bus to Shirakawa later in the afternoon. So first up, we put our bags in storage at the station, then bought our bus tickets to get the journey locked in, and then we went for a wander. Takayama rose to prominence during the Edo period, and its isolation in the mountains helped preserve its traditional architecture and culture. This left behind a remarkably intact historic district, and the shops today are filled with everything from traditional crafts, souvenirs, sake, and for some reason, Snoopy. The main question you have to ask is why?
They're like painted in interesting ways, so you could like get a few of those and.
That would look cool.
I know. Why do you doubt me?
We've already got one very cool Japanese knife, but I want 2 for cooking all the meats on my smoker. I was feeling a little peckish and saw people snacking on these.
Smell good? Tastes good? Rainy day.
Miso soup. Oh, that's good.
I propose whoever gets the most wins. Hey!
These are our winnings. Now, how many did you get? Yeah. To finish up our time here, we decided to fill ourselves up on a heater beef sandwich. It's just like, the sandwich bit almost seems irrelevant, just an excuse to have a big chunk of amazing beef. I love it. It's been good though, we had a lovely little time in Takayama, exploring for about 3 hours, just wandering around, looking in the stores, enjoying all the beautiful Edo architecture. So yeah, I want to Shirakawa-go next, but first, more meeting. Right, on to the next one. It was just a short 1-hour bus journey from Takayama to Shirakawa-go, and then from the bus stop, it was only a 15-minute walk to our hotel, which would be fine if it wasn't pouring with rain. Normally when people visit Shirakawa-go, they do it like as a day trip from Kanazawa, or when traveling from Kanazawa to Takayama or something else, but we decided to stay the night here so we could see it later in the evening and early in the morning when the big bus crowds aren't here. So we made it through the rain to the room, and we're just getting settled in. And I was like, oh yeah, I should film the room before we completely mess it up. So yeah, it's actually pretty nice. Like, the pictures look really small, but actually, I mean, compared to Tokyo, it's huge.
I'm already
And
getting adjusted.
You get pajamas with it, and Jamie's put them straight on.
Yeah, all my clothes are wet.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a nice little bathroom area, toilet, shower. It's good.
Yeah.
We filled the fridge with all the stuff from our fridge. Last night it was complimentary and just took it with us.
Thank you, Wanosato.
Yeah.
If you're seeing this, I'm sorry we raided the entire.
We're going to send you lots of business, don't worry. Everyone watching this, please go stay there and use our affiliate link. Alright, good morning from Shirakawa. Yesterday evening it was just pouring with rain, so we just had an evening off. We're staying in like the little village of Shirakawa, which is next to the old village of Shirakawa-go. And there's like 3 restaurants in town, and they were all shut. So we just got a nice pot noodle from the convenience store and had a nice evening. It was nice to chill and just take a moment. But this morning we're going to actually go explore. It was still absolutely pouring it down outside, but fortunately our hotel had a free shuttle to the bus station, and so we booked our onward tickets for this afternoon, put our bags in storage, and then went to explore the village. Shirakawa-go dates back over 250 years, developing as a remote mountain community where its residents adapted to the heavy snowfall by building farmhouses with steep thatched roofs. During the Edo period, the village became known for its production of silk and gunpowder ingredients, supporting a self-sufficient local economy. Then, in 1995, Shirakawa-go was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, preserving its unique architecture and cultural traditions for future generations. At the end of the village, they got this shrine. Now, you traditionally wash your hands before you go in.
Let's be respectful.
Trying to focus on how pretty and serene it is with the shrine and the snow and the mist in the mountains, and not think about how freaking cold my hands are right now. Hello. So we come to the far end of the village. I'm going to view back to the 3 houses here. It's very pretty. And there's patches of blue sky as well, so there is hope for today. It's nice to be here early in the morning, because it feels a lot more serene, which is kind of the vibe you'd hope from a place like this. So it's 9:30, and we can count, I think, 4 tour buses that have just shown up over there, so I think staying here has done the trick. Yeah, it is still very much a functioning village. You can see all the cars and tractors and things like that. People live here. Heading up to the observatory tower now. Might warm us up a little bit at least. It's so cold. Well, made it to the viewpoint, and it's like nearly snowing now. It's like sleeting. It's a good view though. So our original plan for today was to explore Shirakawa-go in the morning and then try and get a bus about midday, but we couldn't get a bus to actually where we wanted to go until 2:30, so we're going to have quite a long time to explore the village, which was fine. We thought, alright, well, we'll get up, we'll explore the village before all the tour bus crowds get here, and then find somewhere to have like a leisurely kind of brunch, if you like. The spanner in the works with that was that 1, the weather's been pretty terrible, and 2, most of the cafes and little restaurants have been shut today, and I don't know why. There's like a million restaurants here, but none of them are open or have anywhere to sit down. We've been trying for 2 hours to find some food. Well, we ordered the surprisingly large chicken, and guess what? It's a surprisingly large.
Surprisingly large.
It's perfect advertisement. Surprisingly large, surprisingly tasty. The place is amazing, definitely worth visiting. Just we've been here way longer than we'd hoped we'd be, and we've just gotten cold and wet, just a bit miserable. So not been the best half day, but you know, it's the way it goes sometimes. We're now going to get the 3-hour bus to Nagoya and then a 1-hour train to Nakatsugawa, and that's where we're staying for 2 nights, because tomorrow we're going to do a bit of the Nakasendo Trail, which is hopefully going to be amazing. It's one of the things I've been most looking forward to on this trip. So yeah, very much looking forward to the next stop. Once we made it to Nagoya Station, we had a little bit of time before our train, so we grabbed a quick beer at one of the bars there.
We got about half an hour before our train, so we're just quickly coming in for a beer. We found a place that's open because we're back in civilization. So it feels very good.
I thought it was a national holiday because apparently money can't be exchanged for goods and services.
Bye.
About an hour later, we made it to Nakatsugawa, where we'll be spending the next 2 nights.
Just here, 2-minute walk from the station to our place, which is nice. As our bags are getting heavier with all the souvenirs.
All the bottles of sake.
Sake, yeah.
We were staying at the RYOKAN O guest house, which kind of had the vibe of a hostel, but it was all private rooms.
Green is Japanese sake.
Oh, you got a sake. Okay, let's try.
Oh,
White.
white is soft drink.
Soft drink. Oh, yours is more. This is our little room for the next 2 nights. It's a decent bit of storage space in there, so it's not quite as crammed as it first appears. And we got a fridge, so all good.
Once we'd settled in and Jaime had enjoyed her free sake, we went down the street to get some food.
So we've come to a yakitori place that our hotel recommended, and it's great, guys. We're the only tourists in here, which is a big contrast to the last couple of days. Yeah, everywhere else we've been so far, it's very loud because everyone seems quite tipsy. But hey, you can't beat them.
In the morning, our plan was to hike some of the Nakasendo Trail, which is a 540-kilometer route between Tokyo and Kyoto that passes through a network of 69 post towns in the mountains. Established in the early 1600s during Japan's Edo period, the route was used by samurai, merchants, pilgrims, and feudal lords. Today, the most popular section that people hike is the 8-kilometer stretch from Magome to Sumago, but we're actually going to start in Sumago and hike the 16 kilometers all the way back to Nakatsugawa. By hiking the opposite direction to most people, hopefully we'll avoid any potential crowds at the start of the day, plus it means we don't have to worry about trying to catch a bus back at the end of the day. Today we're going to do some hiking in Japan, which is something I'm very excited for, because last time I was here in winter, so we didn't get to do any hiking, so it's going to be really exciting to get amongst it. And I think because tomorrow we're going to Kyoto, which is going to be so busy, we have to savour the moments today where it's going to just be hopefully very quiet and peaceful. Before we get the train there, we're going to get a little train on the bus to where we started. A couple of useful things. This is one of the best inventions you can get for coming to Japan. Like Jaime, you found this on Amazon? And basically it's like a coin holder for all the change, because you get so much change here, especially buying train tickets and stuff. And it's just a little coin organizer, which has made our lives very, very easy.
Look it up.
Yeah, and it's in our Amazon store. It will be. Yeah, check out. I'll put up the links right now for our Amazon store. We've got a couple each just because you get so much. But yeah, this is a really good invention. What's not a good invention is this. Banana wrapped in a plastic bag. Like, if only this banana had some kind of natural way to keep it fresh and safe, but it is what it is.
They do have a lot of these different kinds of iced coffee at the shops, which is good for me. I was looking forward to, because our hotel hostel is right next to like a craft coffee roaster. Yeah. So last night I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be good tomorrow morning. And they're not open. Yeah. And then we walked to the Starbucks, which is also not open. Yeah. It's not that early in the morning. Yeah. It is just before 8 a.m. So it is not like we're up and about at 6. Like,
Nothing's open.
Nothing's open.
Oh well, let's see if the train's open.
The train is open.
There we go.
The train takes just 20 minutes to get us to Nagaso, from where we'll hop on a bus to get to Sumago.
If you're not sure how to ride the bus in terms of paying and stuff, we have some English instructions about how to ride the bus. That's very simple, very easy.
Alright, so that's the train and bus journey done. Now we just gotta walk back to our hotel. Nakasendo Trail, let's do this. Okay. Let's go.
Wow.
Oh, look at this. So this is Sumago. It's gorgeous. It's like exactly what you'd imagine. It's just before 9 o'clock, nothing's open. It's great, it's just so quiet. God, all the Instagrammers will be so jealous of getting a street like this. Quiet to ourselves. It's a really cool little shrine here. So many little, like dolls.
Just having a picnic here, doing the barbecue, having sake.
Well, I'm already loving this. This village is so beautiful. Wow. Now we start going up. I think it's about 300 meters of ascent today. So not too bad. See how we do. Ask us in an hour, yeah.
This is a walking stick.
Little bamboo walking stick.
Just my height? Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Nice.
Because it looks cool.
Look at these trees. This looks like probably kind of magical path through the forest. Ring the bell hard against bears. Oh, we gotta do this. Bears! Off you fuck.
It's like we're walking
Giant Zen
in a
garden.
giant Zen garden.
6. We've missed 5, so
Somehow.
mine was better.
Yours is much better. Mine was kind of a lame bell. Maybe next time.
Hey, you got a good one.
That was a good one.
This is number 2. What? Okay, we need to have a word about the numbering system.
This forest feels old.
Yeah.
It feels very old. So in my ideal world, this is a little hot spring onsen river, and that pool right there is my own personal little onsen. That's what I want.
It's freezing.
Give me that and I will be, I need nothing else in the world.
So for a snack, we have the heater beef, dry heater beef that we bought yesterday.
It's like salami.
Oh yeah, that is good. Come across a little rest area here.
A free tea room. Where are you from? Goodbye, faithful stick. You have been a good friend. May you find many other friends along your travels.
Very well.
Very well, stick.
I think this might be the top.
I think so.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Nothing too strenuous at all, really, that up. Oh, we made it to the outskirts of Magoi. That took us 2 hours bang on the dot, really.
Easy. Lovely.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Are you a sophisticated person?
I hope so.
Very sophisticated. I have no responsibility for discipline.
Oh, people just leave some money there.
Yeah, so we made it to the main bit of Megumi, and we can see down to Nakatsugawa from here as well. Where we are amongst that, I have no idea, but great view though. Peaks around here, little bits of snow.
Magome-juku is the 43rd post town on the Nakasendo Trail, and its name literally translates to horse basket, which derives from travelers having to leave their horses here before tackling the steep mountain pass. Fires in the late 19th and early 20th centuries destroyed much of the original town, but later restorations recreated its Edo-era appearance.
Sumago was pretty, but this is like up a whole other level. This is just gorgeous. Idyllic, yes. Good word. So we just stopped for a lovely little lunch in a restaurant there. Some soba noodles. Well, this looks delicious. That's perfect. You know, we just get to walk back to town, which is like another couple of hours. What a great day this is. So that bus there will take us right back to where we live. But no, I'm not going to take it because it's just a 2-hour walk down. Well, hour 45-minute walk down. Yeah, it's kind of like we went through the old but touristy village, and now it's just like a regular kind of modern village, really. I got a gorgeous view ahead of Nakatsugawa, where we're heading to. Might change the scenery now. Came from up over here somewhere. Somewhere through all that. Before we continue.
Kari sweat. Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, it tastes like you got like a mild Lucozade or something. They put some Gatorade powder in or something like that. Okay, much better than it sounds. We're like on the old road, but adjacent to the big busy road. Some of these houses just insane.
It's currently a guest house. It was, back in the mist, also a guest house selling sanmon mochi, which is a mochi with brown sugar.
Cool.
And now what this plaque is saying is that after 150 years of break, the descendants of the people who used to operate this guest house are now operating as a guest house again and selling the same snack. Unfortunately, it's closed today.
Yeah. So we've officially made it to the Nakatsugawa post station, and it's literally just a 5-minute walk to our hostel from here.
Yay!
And we're back.
We made it!
Time's just after 3 o'clock. We set off at 9, so that's
End.
6 hours for the leisurely
Leisurely
pace. Yeah.
Very leisurely pace. Took our time, didn't rush at all, so yeah, 6
Great.
hours.
We filled up that evening on a nice Wagyu burger at our accommodation, and then the next morning it was time to head to Kyoto, the final stop for the first half of our trip. So we took the hour-long train back to Nagoya, and then we jumped on the Shinkansen, which took just 35 minutes to get us to Kyoto Station, and then from here we grabbed a taxi to our hostel, and we've got a private room booked at Kyoto Guesthouse Hive for just one night.
Okay, we've dumped our bags at the hostel, and it's about midday right now, and we're going to head to Osaka midday tomorrow. So we've basically got 24 hours in Kyoto. We're not going to try and see everything, as if that's a thing, but you know, we're just going to pick a few of the highlights and just sort of have a bit of a random explore and see what happens.
Yes.
Kyoto became Japan's imperial capital city in 794 and remained the political and cultural heart of the country for more than 1,000 years until Tokyo became the capital city in 1868. Unlike many other Japanese cities, Kyoto escaped large-scale destruction during World War II, allowing much of its historic architecture and heritage to survive today. So we just walked through Gion, the geisha district, and now we're at Kenenji Temple. I had it in my head that today was going to be nothing but weaving our way through massive crowds, and there may still be some of that to come. But just to have somewhere like this to walk around, very relaxing. It's a good start. Saying that though, our plan is to walk up the popular Matsubara Street, which leads to the Kiyomizu-dera temple. When we're in Shirakawa-go and it's raining and freezing cold, they were selling ice cream everywhere. But today it's a nice sunny day, so... Good? Oh, that is good. Oh, I remember this. So yeah, you can buy a hanging monkey and then write on your name and date and write your little wish on, and then get them hung up here. Well, you can't go hungry around here. There's like all these stalls selling like beef, ice cream, tornado potatoes. That's some good fried chicken. Even better than Family Mart.
High praise.
We continued working our way up the street, having a casual browse through the different shops.
My taste is too expensive.
I was like, that t-shirt looks quite cool. What does it say? It says invincible. It'd be such a douche thing to wear. See?
Kiyomizu-dera was founded in 778 and became one of the country's most important Buddhist temples. Its name means pure water temple, which refers to the Otowa waterfall that runs beneath the main hall, and if you drink from it, it's believed to bring you health, success, and longevity.
We're about to get our fortune. So you pick a stick out of a box, and then there's a fortune associated with that number. It's 100 yen. Why not? You will be able to achieve fame and success through your art. The person you are waiting for will be delayed. Lost items will be found late.
It comes with a lot of information and it's not all very specific. It's like, if you do this, this will happen, but if you do this, this will happen.
We'd had a really fun afternoon exploring round, and then about halfway back down the hill, we stopped for a drink at K36 Rooftop Bar.
So we were recommended this bar at the hostel last night, and it's a great find. Like, what? Been amongst all the crowds, like walking down the streets, which was great, but you know, it's busy. To then sort of have a rest and enjoy the view. It's an amazing cocktail. It's not too expensive either, so.
We'd originally planned just to come here for one drink, but we loved the place so much, we ended up having 3. Once we finally left though, we began working our way back towards our hostel and headed down Pontocho Alley to get some food.
Kanpai.
Kanpai. Oh yeah.
Great start, but now I need some sushi.
Sushi.
We've had so much beef, which I'm not complaining about, but I didn't realize I was going to come to Japan and eat so much beef.
Got some sushi.
Got some sushi. All is right in the world.
And the best thing is I think we're the only Westerners in here, so.
In the morning, we checked out of our hostel but left our bags in storage there, and then we jumped in an Uber to take us to the famous torii gates of Fushimi Inari.
Okay, so this morning we're doing the very, very popular Fushimi Inari shrine, which I loved last time I was here. It was one of my favorite places. And it is very busy, but there's a very easy way to lose the crowds. It just involves using your legs.
What if I don't want to use my legs?
Then you won't lose the crowd. Cool, huh?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Fushimi Inari Taisha was founded in the year 711 and is dedicated to Inari, the Shinto god of rice, prosperity, and business success. The shrine became famous for its thousands of bright red torii gates, many of which were donated by merchants and companies seeking good fortune.
Coming quite a way. Yeah. Well, we came up to a big junction and now it's kind of acted as a bottleneck. And now there's not many people here. Way easier to get your photo if that's what you're dying to do. I love all the moss on the shrines here. Like, it makes it look like really ancient and mystical. It might only be like 10 years old or something, but it looks really cool. Yeah, with it being tucked away and all covered in moss, it kind of feels like you've stumbled upon some secret. Even though it's signposted.
Those are big green flags.
Yeah, but it gives the illusion.
This place is very silent. I like the sound of the water drops.
Yeah.
This sound makes me relax.
Yes. So we just got our own little torii gate personalized. Got our 2 surnames on it and happiness strip in the middle.
Rosin and Watson.
Watson. Yeah.
In Japanese, katakana. And it is called hiuchi to make spark to purify this torii gate.
Oh.
In Japan, you to say this sparks bring you good fortune. You try.
Ooh, good fortune.
Okay. And you?
Sure, I'll have a go.
Feel the pressure now. You were something.
Okay.
Lots of good fortune. Yeah, that was great, you know, like once you get away from the main crowds, like it still wasn't no one around, but I'm sure if you want that, just coming at the crack of dawn. But
I admit, I started out very skeptical because the start of it really is like a bit of a slog uphill with tons and tons of people just marching in line. But I hate to admit, Karl was right.
yes, save that clip forever.
This time. No, Karl's always right.
Except when I'm wrong. So that was all we were going to do this morning in Kyoto, but our Uber driver here from the hostel recommended a place called Kyoto, where apparently the cherry blossoms are out. So
He said he was there yesterday, and they're blooming, which is really early, so we may be about to get really lucky. Stay tuned. Alright, let's try and find some cherry blossoms. Look!
Oh wow. Oh yeah, there it is. Well, that was easy. Right at the station. Yeah, the Uber driver said cherry blossom starts on March 23rd and today's March 7th?
7th.
But he just said, yeah, in Kyoto they've already come out, so I guess imagine this all over Japan.
All over, yeah.
Well, thank you, random Uber driver. This worked out very well. This is right by the station. Yeah, so we saw the stuff straight outside the station and we thought, well, let's just go for a bit more of a wander. And then Jaime saw these pink signs and thought, what if they led to the cherry blossoms?
So it's like a little trail along a random street with these flags that say, well, I don't know what they say, but they have cherry blossoms on them. I thought, you know what? I bet you that is the route to get to the cherry blossoms. And it's true.
Yeah.
The Japanese are very good at making logical signage that, like, you don't need to understand what the sign says to understand the sign.
Well, this has turned into a rather good side quest, as the kids say these days. So it is a Saturday, so I think all the locals just come down to get their pictures. blossoms in Japan.
Cherry blossoms in Japan. So lucky.
So I just checked the Uber app and the driver's name was Hachiro, so domo arigato, Hachiro. We made our way back to the hostel to grab our bags, and then we're going to get the train to Osaka to begin the second half of our trip.
Back on the channel.
After trying out all of the foods in Osaka and Kobe, we'll be hiring out a car and driving around the Wakayama prefecture. So we've just made it to Koyasan, and tonight we're actually staying in a Buddhist temple. We'll also be heading to Nara to check out the Omizu Ture Festival. We just saw something happen.
We will explain it later.
Yeah. And then we'll finish up with one last day in Tokyo.
Even though we're right by the very touristy area, there's not many tourists on this street, so don't come here.